Welcome to the history of Hungary.
Hungary. Nestled in the heart of Europe, this landlocked nation is a crossroads of cultures, a tapestry woven with threads of conquest, resilience, and artistic brilliance. From the thundering hooves of the nomadic Magyars to the elegant waltz of the Habsburg court, Hungary's story is a captivating saga spanning over a millennium. Our journey begins in the mists of time, tracing the footsteps of the Magyar tribes as they rode out of the Eurasian steppes. We'll witness the forging of a kingdom, the rise of kings and saints, the echoes of battles won and lost. We'll delve into the opulent courts of the Renaissance, where art and learning flourished under enlightened rulers. But Hungary's path has not been without its trials. We'll explore the tumultuous years of Ottoman conquest, the land divided and contested, the struggle for survival against a mighty empire. Join me, dear history buff, as we embark on a thrilling adventure through time, uncovering the secrets and stories that have shaped this remarkable nation. The Hungarian story begins not on the fertile plains of the Carpathian Basin, but amidst the vast steppes of Eurasia. Here, in the 9th century, roamed the Magyars, a semi-nomadic people renowned for their equestrian skills and warrior culture. Led by their chieftain Arpad, the Magyars embarked on a westward migration, driven by a search for new pastures and perhaps destiny itself. Their arrival in the Carpathian Basin around 895 marked a turning point in the region's history. The land, already inhabited by Slavic and Avar populations, became the new home of these intrepid horsemen. The Magyars, with their complex clan structure and unique customs, left an indelible mark on the region. Their mastery of mounted archery was legendary, instilling both fear and respect in their neighbors. These stories, passed down through generations, would form the bedrock of Hungarian mythology and folklore. The year 1000 marked a pivotal moment in Hungarian history, the coronation of King Stephen I. With this act, Hungary transitioned from a tribal confederation to a Christian kingdom, firmly embedding itself within the cultural and religious landscape of Europe. Stephen, a shrewd and ambitious ruler, understood the importance of consolidating power and forging alliances. He embraced Christianity, bringing his people into the fold of the Roman Catholic Church, and embarked on a period of intense state building. Stephen's reign saw the establishment of a centralized monarchy, with a system of counties and loyal nobles who owed allegiance to the king. He invited Benedictine monks to establish monasteries, their arrival a catalyst for the spread of literacy and learning throughout the kingdom. The construction of grand cathedrals like the one in Esztergom showcased the newfound power and piety of the Hungarian crown. The medieval period was a time of both prosperity and turmoil for Hungary. The kingdom faced external threats from the Holy Roman Empire to the west and the Pechenegs and Cumans from the east. Yet through it all, Hungary stood strong, its warrior kings repelling invasions and expanding its borders. The first written records in the Hungarian language emerged, chronicling the deeds of kings and the lives of saints. The 15th century dawned brightly over Hungary. Under the reign of King Matthias Corvinus, a new era of prosperity and cultural efflorescence began. Matthias, known as Matthias the Just, was a true Renaissance prince, a skilled warrior, a patron of the arts, and a shrewd diplomat. His court in Buda became a magnet for artists, scholars, and humanists from across Europe, transforming Hungary into a center of learning and refinement. The Renaissance spirit permeated every aspect of Hungarian society. Matthias established the Bibliotheca Corviniana, one of the finest libraries in Europe, its shelves overflowing with ancient texts and contemporary works. He commissioned magnificent palaces adorned with intricate carvings and vibrant frescoes, showcasing the artistic brilliance of the age. The royal court bustled with musicians, poets, and writers, their talents nurtured by the king's patronage. This period saw the rise of Hungarian humanism, a movement that emphasized classical learning and the potential of the individual. However, this golden age was tragically cut short. The Ottoman Empire, a rising power in the east, cast a long shadow over Hungary. Under the Ottoman Crescent, a divided kingdom. The 16th century marked a turning point in Hungarian history as the Ottoman Empire, under the leadership of Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent, advanced westward. The Battle of Mohacs in 1526 proved to be a catastrophe for Hungary. The Ottomans, with their superior numbers and military might, crushed the Hungarian army, killing King Louis II and shattering the kingdom's unity. In the aftermath of Mohacs, Hungary was carved up. The Ottomans occupied the central and southern regions, establishing their rule over much of the Great Hungarian Plain. The remaining Habsburg-controlled territories in the north and west became known as Royal Hungary, with the Habsburg monarchs claiming the Hungarian throne. The Ottomans brought about significant changes to the areas under their control, while Royal Hungary became increasingly integrated into the Habsburg domains. The Hungarian aristocracy, decimated by war and forced to choose sides, found their power diminished as the Habsburgs asserted their control. If you enjoyed this journey through history, don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating content. The Habsburg embrace, a new era dawns. The 18th century witnessed the gradual decline of Ottoman power and the consolidation of Habsburg rule over Hungary. With the Ottomans driven back, a new era dawned for the kingdom. The Habsburg emperors, now firmly ensconced in Vienna, embarked on a program of reconstruction and reform, aiming to integrate Hungary more closely into their vast empire. This period saw the rise of Baroque architecture, its grandeur and opulence reflecting the newfound stability and prosperity. Magnificent palaces and churches adorned with elaborate decorations and soaring domes sprung up in cities like Budapest and Győr. The Habsburgs, though often viewed as foreign rulers, did much to promote economic development in Hungary. The issue of Hungarian autonomy, simmering beneath the surface, would eventually erupt in the revolutions of the 19th century. The 19th century was a period of profound change across Europe, and Hungary was no exception. The ideals of the French Revolution, liberty, equality and fraternity, found fertile ground in the hearts of many Hungarians. Nationalist sentiments, fueled by a desire for greater autonomy and cultural recognition, began to stir. The Hungarian Revolution of 1848, led by Lajos Kossuth, was a pivotal moment in this struggle for independence. Kossuth, a fiery orator and passionate advocate for Hungarian self-determination, rallied the nation against Habsburg rule. The revolution, though ultimately crushed by Austrian and Russian forces, ignited a firestorm of national consciousness that would not be extinguished. The Austro-Hungarian Compromise of 1867 marked a turning point in Hungarian history. The 20th century began with great promise for Hungary, but soon descended into a maelstrom of war, revolution and political turmoil. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand in Sarajevo in 1914 plunged Europe into the abyss of World War I. Hungary, as part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, found itself on the losing side of this devastating conflict. The Treaty of Trianon, signed in 1920, was a national humiliation for Hungary. The treaty stripped the kingdom of 2/3 of its territory and more than half its population, creating new borders and leaving millions of ethnic Hungarians outside the borders of the newly reduced Hungarian state. The interwar period was a time of political instability and economic hardship. World War II brought further suffering to Hungary. The aftermath of World War II saw Hungary fall under the sway of the Soviet Union. A communist government backed by Moscow was installed and Hungary became a satellite state within the Soviet bloc. The Hungarian Revolution of 1956, a spontaneous uprising against Soviet domination and communist rule, was brutally crushed by Soviet tanks. For decades, Hungary remained under communist rule, its economy centrally planned, its political life tightly controlled. However, by the late 1980s, with the Soviet Union itself teetering on the brink of collapse, winds of change began to sweep across Eastern Europe. In 1989, Hungary played a pivotal role in the fall of the Iron Curtain when it opened its border with Austria, allowing East Germans to flee to the west. Since the fall of communism, Hungary has undergone a remarkable transformation. It has embraced democracy, transitioned to a market economy, and joined the European Union and NATO. Hungary today is a country where past and present intertwine. The echoes of ancient empires, the legacy of revolutions, and the scars of 20th century conflicts are still palpable, shaping the nation's identity and worldview. Yet there is a palpable sense of optimism, a determination to embrace the future while honoring the past. Walk the cobblestone streets of Budapest, and you'll encounter architectural marvels from every era of Hungarian history, from medieval castles to Ottoman baths to grand Habsburg palaces. Visit the countryside, and you'll discover ancient traditions still alive in village festivals and folk music. Hungary's cultural contributions are as rich and diverse as its history. From the music of Franz Liszt and Bela Bartok to the inventions of Leo Szilard and John von Neumann, Hungarians have made their mark on the world stage. The journey through time continues, and Hungary, with its indomitable spirit and unwavering resilience, is ready to write the next chapter in its remarkable story. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and ring the bell for future notifications.